kuli benetiwek. I've been trying to reach you, but kuli benetiwek. Oh oh, kaya 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 uko. Yeah yeah, kaya 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 uko. But I pray you still have your Bible. But I pray you still have your Bible. Hello, hello mama. Hello, hello mama. Yeah. Kind and beautiful woman. The one who raised me to being a better man. The one I've been missing so bad, it's been 5 years now. Manje phoni inazima. Mama, mama, you worry me now. Oh mama, mama, you worry me now. Kaya kumanzi muendana ndani. Nako kumunda muendana ndani mama. Kodi kuliko muntu amupasa kumazi mukamvela njota mama. Kodi kuliko muntu amusamalani mukamvela kulema mama. Yeah. So many questions on my mind, but I know kuti amaenga mulina Yesu. Then I know you're alright. Amamanga mulina Yesu. Then I know you're alright. Yeah. Amai muli bwanji uko kumunzi. Kaya na mali bwanji uko kumunzi. I've been trying to reach you, but kuli benetiwek. I've been trying to reach you, but kuli benetiwek. Oh oh eh, kaya 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 uko. Eh, kaya 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 uko. But I pray you still have your Bible. But I pray you still have your Bible. Halatapa kokole dewela. Uno mulungu tawa. Amai muli bwanji uko kumunzi. Kaya na bana bali bwanji uko kumunzi. I've been trying to reach you, but kuli benetiwek. I've been trying to reach you, but kuli benetiwek. Oh oh, kaya 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 uko. Yeah yeah, kaya 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 uko. But I pray you still have your Bible. But I pray you still have your Bible. Hello, hello mama. Hello, hello mama. Yeah. Kind and beautiful woman. The one who raised me to being a better man. The one I've been missing so bad, it's been 5 years now. Manje phoni inazima. Mama, mama, you worry me now. Amai muli bwanji uko kumunzi. Kaya na bana bali bwanji.
Good evening. Welcome to this wonderful program, which is called The Big Picture on Live Television. I'm your host tonight, Pastor Derek Shaindaka, and you are following this wonderful program as we promise you that we are going to bring the best on live TV, and this is yet the best, and the best is yet to come. We have tonight on set someone very special to the people of Zambia and Africa at large. We promise you that we're going to bring the man, touch and go. Right, we are with Mr. President, Mr. Chilufya TAYALI. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. It's very nice. It's very nice to be on live TV.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Chilufya TAYALI is our guest for tonight, and we have a few questions that we're going to run with him tonight, and I believe that you're ready for this wonderful session. Right, Mr. TAYALI is a politician and also a man that I would say a controversial man. Right, I think you must agree with me with that.
Well, being a politician, you have to be controversial.
Yes.
That's what it is. I mean, being a politician, you have to be controversial. You have to see outside the box. You have to see things outside the box. And sometimes you need to create things which are not there for people to see. So if that is what controversy is all about,
right, and also there are a lot of things that you're going to discover tonight. Did you know that Mr. Chilufya TAYALI is a president of one political party that I know that there is a future, right? I'm not a spokesperson here, but we get to discover more from the president himself. The first question goes as you as a president, and being someone who is counted as a great man, why did you lower your first or maybe your integrity to go and run as a mayor in Lusaka, but why not a president?
I like the way you were flowing when you started talking. He's a president of a party that has a future. You couldn't spell out that. You're very right. It is a party that has a future in this country, and it is not a party that will start and end with Chilufya TAYALI. This is a party that will outlive the name Chilufya TAYALI, and the party is Economic and Equity Party. In short, EEP, Economic and Equity Party. It is a party that is duly registered in Zambia, and this is our second year of being in existence. We were registered on the 18th of February, that is in 2016. So we are basically, we're not even...
Have you faced any deregistration so far?
No, not at all. We are law-abiding citizens. We are a political party that is civilized. We are a political party that abides.
Why is that we have politicians or maybe political party that are being, deregistered every time whenever there's something they are, threatened to deregister?
Well, the problem is most of these political parties that you find that they are having problems with the law, it is the way they come up. For example, how do you go and register a political party and you say it has no president, but in the meantime you go and call somebody to say he's our consultant, and in everything that you can do, this person operatively is a president of a political party? How do you go and register a political party when the person that you are saying, no, this will be our candidate, and yet is a member of parliament for another political party? So when you form a political party in this dubious way, crooked way, absolutely you are bound to find yourself in conflict with the law and with the authorities. But from our point of view, we are a clean party, a very transparent political party, a very democratic party, Economic and Equity Party, EEP. Now, let me not digress from your question, because that question is very important.
Yes.
You used a certain terminology. Why did you degrade yourself, to want and stand
as mayor, from president?
Now, this is a problem that we have. We have a problem in this country. And the problem that we have is that we fail to separate the party and the governance of this country.
Yes.
You know, we are still in the colonial, in the times of Kaunda, where we used to say the party and its government. When you are the Secretary General in the party, then you're also the Secretary General in the government, so to say.
Okay.
You know, you have this big position. What we need to understand is that at the moment we have plural politics. And the plural politics, the different political parties are nothing but clubs to which we belong. Just like a president in the lottery. You know, we have the lottery. Is the president there? But is an ordinary citizen in terms of governance if he doesn't have a position. But he can also hold a position in government, maybe as a minister, maybe as anything. So there is a difference there. And when you say degrading, it's not degrading. We go into politics to save. And when you go to save, a person that has come out to save, especially you as a pastor, you understand that even much better than myself.
Yes.
A person that wants to save, he brings himself lower. And you don't choose, I can't save there. You can be able to save anywhere. As long as you want to save, you can be anywhere. And from my point of view, that position of mayor was a position that I saw that I could save the citizens of Lusaka as a mayor. It doesn't matter whether I'm president or whatever. And besides, it's just a club there where I'm a president. But in governance, I can be a mayor and save the Zambian people as a mayor.
Okay.
Apart from that aspect, is also, you know, we need to draw, you know, a line of ascendancy to power. It's good to start from below. Have an opportunity. Don't just always want to climb the tree from the leaves. If you have an opportunity to save in a lower position, go for it. Because out of that, you have experience. Out of that, you can also prove yourself. The touch and go I talk about, if I had stood as a mayor and won, which I was going to do,
yes,
I was going to have an opportunity to show people that this is what touch and go is all about. Okay. By the way, you heard of our good formula, Adede formula, which we formulated.
Yeah.
The most formidable kind of solution that Lusaka ever had. So that is what was behind me trying to stand as a mayor.
Okay, that was great because we saw two presidents of different political parties.
Indeed, indeed. And you see, whilst people were saying, a mayor, and my other brother, Savage Shimba, joined. But the problem is that, he lost tremendously. He lost terribly. How do you lose as a president? Because that is another thing, you know what I mean? You don't go and lose that back.
Was that the fear of you failing to go and also file in your nomination?
No,
it was just understanding that there's Mao Sampa, there's also Pastor Kangwa.
Nothing. If you looked at the candidates that were there, really there was no candidate that would have
go.
Absolutely. There was no candidate that I would have feared. Mao Sampa, come on. Anyway, Niwa Mayor now, let's respect him. We will respect him. It's gone, but definitely he was not going to be a candidate that I would have feared, during that elections. I was just basically systematically defranchised. You see, politics, you need to be very sharp. But I can confess that on the mayoral issue, I was a few steps behind. And my friends hammered me. They hammered me a technical knockout, and I was out of the race. And it was easy flow for them.
All right. So now, Mr. Chilufya TAYALI, what caused the failure of you failing to file in your nomination? Was it money related issues, or maybe anything to do with transportation?
No. It was nothing. First of all, people said the polling officer, the returning officer said that I was late. I was not late. Okay. And why do I say I was not late? I was actually there 15 hours. I was at the civic center. I was at the gate, and if you look at the gate and where he was sitting, it is not 400 meters. Okay. And I couldn't go in. Why couldn't I go in? Because the police told me that your time had not come. And we were there waiting as law-abiding citizens, like I told you, because we don't want to enter into conflict with the authorities. Okay. So we were waiting for our time. And when our time came in, we were actually ushered in. And only this returning officer, who actually a day before confirmed that I was going to file in at 16 hours. The only thing he told me, be here by 15 hours, which I did. So we were not late, and we didn't fail to file in because we didn't have money. Yes, of course, when the people, when they hear Chilufi Tayali, they usually think of, they associate me with poverty.
Okay.
But you know, it's not that I'm so poor. I mean, at least I can afford a suit, and as you can see, it's a good suit.
Yeah, it's a very
You know,
nice suit.
so I can afford
Yeah.
certain things. The only thing is that, you know, if you want to save people, you don't have to blow yourself like whatever. You need to understand. You need to be at a level where you can be able to interact with everybody, and that is the kind of attitude I take. I like to be simple. Of course, I'm not rich, but at the same time, I'm not a person that is really, I mean, hopeless, that I can't even afford, you know, to pay my nomination fee,
Okay.
or to gather members. You know, I'm able to do that.
Right. So means Mr. Taylor has spoken out, and we've come to understand that that was not caused because of money or anything else. Means you were blocked.
Exactly. I was defranchised.
Okay.
You know, that is the technical word they use. But indeed, bali nchinga.
Bali mchinga.
Okay.
Okay.
Balani chinga pa chinyanja.
Pachinyanja. Okay. So because we are addressing Lusaka and Zambia at large, so we're going to do a multilingual interview with you, Mr. President.
No problem. I mean, what I can pick, I'm able to pick.
Okay.
I really want to, you know, I take pride actually in our local languages.
Okay.
I take pride in our local languages. I wish I could learn as many languages as possible.
Okay.
But let's flow.
Okay, so Chilufi Tayali nga ifwe na Zambia twakwata okumisala nga wakateka wesu bushe chinshi mwinga kwato kuchinja pafinto fo mwakwata okumona ko pachalo chesu cha Zambia.
You see, on that question is basically like asking me on the manifesto. A number of people ask me to say, what is your manifesto? You know, what is your manifesto? But you see, it is a right question. It is a right question. The issue of the manifesto is a right question, but at a wrong time.
At the wrong time.
At a wrong time. And why do I say at a wrong time? Because we need to look at what is a manifesto. A manifesto is the blueprint of what we are going to do when we are in government.
Okay.
You see? And this is exactly what you have asked. What we are going to do when we are in government. But if today, before the elections, elections are coming in August 2021, between now and then, we are basically talking about 3 years. You know, 3 years, because we are in October and we are not even yet today in Pashan, Nipaten. Tomorrow, that's when it will be exactly 3 years before the elections.
Okay.
Now, if I'm going to start saying, when I come into power, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. Meanwhile, people are hungry. People at the moment, they are looking for somebody who can speak for them. That look, utuma pesa tule fola. Oko tule bomba. Kwa mena tisevenza. Sti fola bwino iyai. Government city person drama za bwino. Tikalibo landira drama. You know, and all these kind of problems.
Yes.
These are the problems that an opposition political party at the moment should be looking into. Should be looking at. People right now are supposed to be getting farming inputs. So I should be saying, come on, government, can you deliver farming inputs? And I'm taking that disadvantage to remind the PF government that, look, we are already in August and you're still dancing around with the farming input issues, the vouchers and so on and so forth.
Yes.
I mean, we need to look at agriculture. So I need to speak for the farmers. I need to speak for the workers. I need to speak for people who are in homes right now. They're watching us on live TV.
Yes.
They are sick. They can't go to the hospital because they don't have money, because they don't have money to pay for specialized treatment. I should be able to speak for these people.
Yes.
I can't be waiting for me to be president in 3 years time. Then I say no. So at the moment, nkani ya manifesto ni chizungu chamene chimamveka bwino, but ni chizungu cha boza.
Okay.
Put it aside. In the meantime, let's talk about our problems. Manje tikafika paja pafupi paja. Tuapala manomba 2021. That's when we should be able to save a PF na mufirwa.
Okay.
Tualimia vela ti. Give bashibulimi. Ama farmer inputs. You have failed. And we tell people to say, now, if we're not to Aisamo, we'll be making sure that the farming inputs will be received as early as April. May, they start receiving, you know, because kwa from April. So by May, you start distributing. So by May, people they should be getting. So these are the kind of things that we'll be talking now in 2021. And a manifesto should come out of the cries of the people. It is wrong. Wabuka fyo bushikuweka tuyende fo kupanga political party. Wabuka ushikuwekala wala lembati. Iyi ni manifesto uruchero bwacha ati twele ni ku media. This is my manifesto. Manifesto should reflect the plight of the people. And for me, I don't have a manifesto.
Okay.
Because I want the manifesto to reflect the desires of the people.
Now it sounds like Mr. Tayali is a great advisor to the government and different political parties.
Well, it's not to say the advisor. I speak my mind.
But if you're given a job as an advisor to any political party, will you, or consultant, as we, observe in the political system, we have political consultants. Maybe if you are given by the government or any party, will you accept that?
No. At the moment, I'm a president of Economic and Equity Party, and the job that I want is the job of being president. For me, that's the job I want. So those speculations, sometimes people say, no, that is a job seeker, what, I would never accept. And I can tell you, my brother, that if I wanted a job in PF, I don't think it would be very difficult for me to get a job.
Okay.
Na pano pene tuikere, kutina vula phone, natuma phone, no kulombe nchito, pano pene publicly.
Okay.
But I don't want a job in PF because my job is to speak for the people, like I have said.
Okay.
I need to make sure that there must be somebody who speak for them, who has to speak for them. And when the time comes for the elections, then I will go and ask I'll ask for a job from people. The job that I want is not from a political party, but it's from people like yourself with your vote. I want people to go and vote for me. Okay. If I go and get a job from PF, because for me, I don't just break. When things are wrong, they are wrong. And it doesn't matter who is wrong. I will speak it out. Right now, some people I was just talking about, America is playing around Yama politics, trying to put sanctions on us, trying to put sanctions on Zimbabwe. And I'm saying this is wrong. And yet I like Donald Trump. But what he's doing at the moment is wrong. And people are saying, no, you can't talk about America. You can't talk about America. Why shouldn't we talk about America? We only fear God, not a human being, not any country. We are all equal before the image of God. And for me, that's what I believe in. So anyone who is wrong,
okay. So is it an imposition on Zimbabwe by the American people imposing Chamisa, or...
They are trying to impose, you see, this is the problem with the Western countries. Okay. The Western countries want to impose their people. And when that person, the person that they are supporting, if he is not voted by the people, they say the elections were not free and fair. They only accept that elections were free and fair if their person is voted in. If it was Chamisa, Nelson Chamisa, who had won the election, they wouldn't be talking what they are talking right now. But just because Mnangagwa won the elections, they have turned around and they're saying that no, the elections were not free and fair. Donald Trump has signed, a policy to say the sanctions on Zimbabwe will not be lifted until the elections are generally accepted. But let's look at America itself. Donald Trump, up to today, there are people who are singing, no, he was not properly elected, no, Russians helped him. And here is Donald Trump trying to lecture us on Zimbabwe, and he's trying to increase the sanctions. This is wrong, and it doesn't matter how small we are, how poor we are. When something is wrong, we need to speak out. Tendai Biti came into this country asking for asylum after he issued statements which caused people to go out in the streets. When you issue a statement, even now as I'm talking here, I should be careful with the way I talk. Yeah. I should know that some people, when they hear me talk here, they might put it into action. Yeah. So I should be responsible. And if I'm careless and people go out in the streets and they die, then I run away and go and seek asylum. No, that is not right. Tendai Biti cannot be given asylum in Zambia after causing trouble in his country. And his country has the rule of law, which they have to respect. So why do you want to keep a person here who is running away from the law? And then you say, no, they didn't follow the court order. When he himself didn't follow the court order.
We have two people in the country, Moses Katumbi and Tendai. Moses Katumbi also left the country because the government wanted to arrest him on some cases about
You
corruption.
see what I mean?
We
And you are
in the
and you are a
country.
very good journalist.
Yes.
Are you a very good journalist? I have
Thank
known
you
you
very much.
You are a good journalist, and yet you can't spell out what Katumbi was accused of. You see what I mean? Because
you
even
very
me, I
much.
don't know. So
Okay. What
there
I'll
are,
say is that the story came out in the news that we received from RTNC from Congo, where Moses Katumbi was accused to be in a case of 2 houses that he bought under some companies, and it was a corruption case in the country, and they wanted him to be arrested. And when Moses Katumbi fell sick, so the government had to impose, that arrest on Moses Katumbi, and he was arrested in absentia. So for Moses Katumbi to go back to the country is, the government to arrest him. That's the reason why Moses Katumbi was, blocked by, the police at the Kasumbalesa.
he wanted to go into Congo,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes.
And they blocked him, isn't it?
Yes.
Now here is a scenario. Tendai Biti was running away from his country. Okay?
Yeah.
He didn't want to go to Zimbabwe. He was running away from his country.
Yes.
Katumbi wanted to go into his country.
But
Have
he
you
was
seen
in
the
Zambia.
difference?
He used the Zambia.
Yes. He was lingering around wanting to go into Congo.
Yes.
So if Congo really had a case against Katumbi, why didn't they allow him? And then take him to court. Why didn't they do that? So you see the difference. The dynamics here are different.
Okay.
So let us not confuse things here. Katumbi was in this country because he wanted to go into his country. And it's like a person who has been declared stateless. That's the situation. And we can all see that clearly. I mean, Katumbi was how can you say Katumbi is not a Congolese? When Katumbi was a governor, Katumbi was at provincial, something like that, for a long time. He has been a leader for a long time. And then all of a sudden, when he wants to stand as a president, you say he's not Congolese. So there is a difference here.
Okay.
Mbiti is a person who is wanted by the police so that he can go to court. And look, people are making all sorts of speculations. No, Mnangagwa is a crocodile, Alamudia. He went to Congo, he went to Zimbabwe.
Yes.
And he went to court and he was given bail, $5,000. He's now at home. As we are talking, he's enjoying himself with his family. So they actually did him a favor because now he's enjoying with his family. When he would have been running around like a refugee, but running away for what? Okay. Go to your country and face the law. So America is very wrong to start, I heard that they have called our ambassador, Dr.
Yes.
Simbiakula, to come and talk about Tendai Biti. I mean, really, this is very wrong. They could be feeding us, but we should not be in bondage. We should not be colonized to fear to tell them off when they have done something wrong. And on this one, America is very wrong. And they should not even temper or tinker with all whatever agreements that are there between Zambia and America. Because really, we don't deserve that. There is nothing wrong that we have done. All we have done is hand over a man who was wanted by the police so that he can face the law in his country. That's all we have done.
Yes, Mr. Chilufya Tayali, Mr. President, sir, we have this question before we go on this commercial break, and we have this question for you is, we've experienced a fire in Zambia, not only in Lusaka, but everywhere. We had Soweto market,
different places,
market, like almost everywhere in Lusaka, and also Zambia at large. So you being a president and you are aspiring as mayor, so what do you think about the power? Because we have already the tracks, and I think that was a way of curbing the power and controlling the system in Lusaka and Zambia at large.
Look, first of all, it is really, really sad. This issue of fires is not a simple problem. It's a big problem because it translates in the lives of Zambians. A lot of Zambians out there are suffering because they have lost their properties. And the informal sector, accounts for a large population of employment in this country.
Yes.
So it is really, really sad, and I offer my sincere sympathy to the people that have lost properties through the fires. Now, we can ask the question that most of us ask is that, where are these fires coming from? Where are these fires coming from? I think, to be fair, we would say that some fires have really been natural, especially when you look at, during the cold season. It's most of the times, I mean, it's not only happening in Zambia, it happens, Yeah. But then there are times when the PF government themselves have come out strongly and said that these fires were sabotage, were acts of sabotage.
Yes.
Now, when they say that, you remember at one time when, the power lines were bent, then we also had the city market being bent. We had all the senior political, or all the senior PF, coming out and speaking strongly to say, no, it's the acts of what and what and what. They even went further to impose a state of emergency. But with all that hula baloo, with all those big statements coming even from the president himself, we have not seen one report. We have not seen one person arrested and convicted as a saboteur.
Okay.
So this is an indictment on the part of the PF. This is an indictment on the part of the PF. And on this one, the PF have found themselves on the wrong foot. What we are asking as Economic and Equity Party is that we need reports. And these reports, it's not only for those where acts of sabotage was committed.
Okay.
We need report, even if it is natural. We need a report at least to say, no, this was caused by electricity. Okay. And from our point of view, just as a speculation, we have so many counterfeit electro equipments which are being installed, or electro appliances which are being installed in homes. And these can be causing fires. And if there is a report, at least we can be able to find out, to say these are the reasons. And people can make, precautions on the fires. Without reports, it is a big problem, and we are bound, to lose more properties, if not lives, out of these fires. We need the reports. From the point from Economic and Equity Party, we are saying, but PF, and you have the responsibility over this. Can you give us the report so that we know, and maybe we can actually stop these fires?
Okay, and the issue of the fire trucks.
The issue of the fire trucks. Well, I don't want to, I don't like to speak in ignorance and in speculations.
Yes.
I don't know from which angle you would like me to talk about the issue of the fire tenders.
They say those things are, they're actually,
they're able to stop the fire and so on and so forth. I don't know. I really can't measure their performance. I mean, I don't want to lie. The camera is very interesting. Yes, it's good, and you want to sound quite artificial sana. I don't like to speak out of things that I can't really substantiate.
Right.
So on the performance of the fire tenders, I think I would like to be excused, because really I may not be competent.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for coming out that straight. And this is a talk that we're talking to Mr. Chilufya Tayali, the president of EEP political party in Zambia. If you're following us from wherever and also within Africa, we are live TV, right? We are going on a very short break. We'll be back after this short break.
Make him bow. Iwe na ine, tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro. Iwe na ine, tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro. Katika kwiza na manja, tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro. Cause change begins with us, within us. Tinga chinje vitu within us. Mtu waliyeze
bomba chapamo mujikukuno kupela na mano twala bafye we know with everything we know inga chinje chalo nakuleta mapalo usikola tuino tikangale chabe kwino bunga chabe bangelo in the name of the Father, the Son and the Holy Ghost we say I believe in a better Zambia, that's why in there I'll keep on with a be when I Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda kwa sokoro iwe na Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda kwa sokoro katika kwiza na manja Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda kwa sokoro cause change begins with us within us Tinga chinje vitu within us
Something I know, muno chalo muli potential imwete kachosa kaduka kalicho kuyamba na kumenya na kusonta na vikumo Mbia wanza mbeendwa nation awa moto isebenze iwe na ine tikulizane pali mavuto titandizane Vatonga balozi na bangoni makumayati na bamukomboni Tipeleke ziko yatu pasogolo Balamba balala na baira Balubale balunda bana mwanga Tepele kisekola tupasokolo
Iwe na ine Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro Iwe na ine Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro katika kwiriza na manja Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro cause change begins with us within us Tinga chinje vitu within us
Upase chikonji muzako wa mvele umukonda Mupase kumushe neighbor wako Cause the God we save is one Don't try to fight, don't try to hate We got one love, one peace, one Zambia Don't try to hate, don't try to fight We got no time to waste We gotta move on and do
Iwe na ine Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro Iwe na ine Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro katika kwiriza na manja Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro cause change begins with us within us Tinga chinje vitu within us Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro iwe na iwe Tinga chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro Tinga na manja Chinje vitu na kuyenda pasokoro
Amai muli bwanji uko kumunzi Kaya nabana bali bwanji uko kumunzi I've been trying to reach you but you couldn't be network I've been trying to reach you but you couldn't be network Oh Kaya uko Yeah Kaya uko But I pray you still have your Bible But I pray you still have your Bible Hello, hello, mama.
Good evening, welcome back on this wonderful program. You're following us from every corner of this country and also Africa at large. We have so many text messages in our inbox and also on our Facebook, and we've seen so many comments there, and I think the answer was given before even the comments about Mr. Moses Katumbi. Right, we are with Mr. President, Mr. Chilufya Tayali, and we're talking about these issues affecting, Zambians, and also him being the president of EEP, and how he's going to sort out so many issues, right? Zambia being big, we have so many situations, and this is the question that we're going with Mr. Chilufya Tayali. What do you think about our economy as Zambia?
Well, our economy at the moment is limping, seriously limping.
Okay.
And it needs a serious overhaul. I mean, it is common knowledge that at the moment we are financially stressed.
Okay.
If it is nganipanga ndakuti twaebati pali nsala tapali rupia nkongole na shifula. I think the issue of debt is what everybody else is talking about. When you talk about Zambia's economy, you talk about debts. That we have incurred so much debt. We are now sitting almost at 10 billion, and it might even be more from our point of view. Now, that is a problem that needs to be sorted out. I mean, the issue of debt, it needs to be sorted out, and at the moment we are under a panic. We have not yet reached panic stage, but we are almost getting there. Okay. Because most of our debt are maturing, like the Eurobond especially, are maturing between 2021 and 2022.
Yes. And
this is huge money. This is huge sums of money that we need to pay back. So we need to make plans, and we are in agreement with the Patriotic Front government for looking for renegotiating and refinancing of some of our debt. I think that is a good move at the moment, because of course other people will be like, no, but why should we do this? Where did the money go? And things like that. We want to agree that there has been mismanagement of public resources, especially through corruption, and you can clearly see it in the people that are in government. Some of these people are in government. Some of them, they were even more poorer than I am, but they are as rich as some of the people that we cannot even imagine. Where has the money come from? It has come from the treasuries. But look, whilst we appreciate that fact, we need to move forward. It's useless now to start crying to say, hey, no, the Eurobond and so on and so forth. However, I want to take this opportunity to call upon the PF government to show us, to do a documentary. Let them call you people, live TV. Yes. I mean, you have got a lot of people that watch your TV.
Yes.
Let them do a documentary with you people and other, media houses, so that they can show where the money they borrowed, where it has gone.
Okay.
Let them show the people, so that at least people can be able to appreciate. We know the corruption has been there, but at the same time, we should also be fair to say that some money was actually used properly. Because if you say, no, some people, when you hear, especially if you call that brother of mine, that opposition leader of my friend, you know him yourself, okay. You know him. When he comes and sit here, he will tell you like the Eurobond was just eaten by Edgar Lungu and his friends, as if nothing was done. So I think we shouldn't go to those extremes. Those are the kind of extremes that I don't want. Myself, I want to be objective. Yes, some money was definitely abused. Part of this money which we will be paying for was abused. But part of this money had gone into some projects, and people don't know about them. So it is important that government do a PR on that to show us where the money has gone. And then, as they are renegotiating and trying to refinance some of these debts, it is important that they show us how they will now raise the money, because negotiating and refinancing is not that you ask people to pay for you and that's it. No, it's not a bailout. It's not a bailout, but it is buying time. I'm calling it buying time. It's basically buying time. You know, you borrow from somebody else to pay this one so that you can have time to look for money to pay the other person that you have borrowed money from. So, but you need to have a plan. So you can't just say, no, when I get to this one, I pay. When I get from John, I pay Tom. And that's it. No. You need now to look at what are the measures, what are the policies that you're going to implement so that you can be able to pay Tom. And these are the issues that we should be discussing. Not people, you know, like my friend, that friend of mine, the opposition leader, is always negative and what. He doesn't give solutions. Now, for us as economic and equity, but we give solutions. And balances. Yes, checks and balances, and we give solutions. So we are saying at the moment, PF, you have no choice. Go on, refinance, renegotiate. But what we are asking of them is to come up with a plan of how they are going to pay whoever they are going to borrow from, or whatever negotiations, how they are going to do that. And you know, part of the solutions, you know, we can't give everything, but you know, Edgar Lungu, if he wants, he can come here, I can advise him. But one of the things that he can do is to make sure when you are in debt, the first thing that you do is to cut on your spending. That's the first thing. Because when you don't cut on your spending, I mean, whatever little that is coming will be going. So they need to cut on the spending. And one of the examples that I would like to talk about is that let them stop chartering those planes. Chartering the planes when they are going wherever they are going, it costs us a lot of money. The issue of Utuma allowances, but no, Edgar Lungu is trying to make allowances. I mean, come on, please, let's be real. Allowances, how much is that? Talk about big things. Stop hiring.
Mr. Tayali, we saw a post on Facebook that you wrote talking about if they're given a chance to go and represent the president in Zimbabwe for the inauguration, and we saw you even mentioning the figure, and were you talking about being given a job as
nothing in Chito na linkwe bakale in Chito nishire for PF. Why should I go PF for Chito? Me, I want job from you and the citizens. That's why I want a job, not from Edgar Lungu. When I was talking about that, you know, sometimes for social media, you know, it's like when you are sitting in a nice, comfortable, whatever. So sometimes what we say on social media, it's just a story to enjoy, you know.
Just a story to enjoy.
Yeah, you know, but of course, we do transmit a message. And in that, I was actually basically saying, look, when you go, you spend so much money. You spend so much money. Me as a president, if I have to go and attend inauguration in Zimbabwe, I don't need more than 10,000.
You only drive
10,000 kwacha. No, driving would be costing. Time is also money, my friend. That's why I'm touch and go. So if I'm going to drive all the way, it's too long a journey. But if you fly, it is just about 5,000 kwacha. To and from 5,000 kwacha. To and from 5,000 kwacha. Running around here and there, 10,000 kwacha, you are done. But if you talk about Walungu, if he's the one who wants to go, he has to carry I mean, they spend so much money, so they can cut on such expenses. And if they can't cut, let some representatives go there. We still talk to Mnangagwa. He can still call him, my brother, congratulations for your inauguration. You know, I'm with you, I'm supporting you, but I can't come. Meanwhile, I'm going to send, you know, so and so to come and represent me. He would still appreciate it. So, in as much as I try to make jokes on social media, but there is always a message that I'm trying to send. But unfortunately, abantu abengi basenda pobwa fufu. You know, instead of getting the substance of what I'm trying to say, then, this one is a joker, It's you who is a joke who can't get the message that is contained in the jokes.
We have a question from a viewer from Kitwe, two people actually from Kitwe and Solwezi. Richard Siniza, he is the president, and the question is that when is the wedding between of you and Tayali?
Social media. I mean, but I want to declare.
But did you have
No. But I can tell you, because people are complaining, no, we need a first lady, we need a first lady. A first lady is in the pipeline. A first lady is coming, but it's not Tasira Lungu. But somebody is coming.
The mind.
No.
That was a promotion.
It's cousinship I was doing. na nomwana w'abalungu. She's beautiful, but I mean, I don't think walikomva kasungu alanda uli tetankwanishe inenyiwe mune kwa yokulya ebisashi nakalundu nabika pone mbalala shakusasira iwe awe.
I like this wonderful time that we're having with the president, and you know, actually I've been revived in terms of this wonderful interview that we're having with the president. And nevertheless, if you're following us, just type your messages and the president is going to answer. And our phone lines are 095 quadro 0195 095 000 195. We are live TV. You can now call us on that number and chat with the president so that we hear you. Right, we are going on a very short break and we'll be back after this break and you speak to the president. Our numbers are on 095 000 195, and that's our number. Right, call us and we'll be able to pick that call. Right, we are going on a very short break. We'll be back after this break.
The first to see the light is the great Kilimanjaro. Beauty is the vast land they call Sahara. As the sun sets in the west, it turns into gold. Beauty is the love of the forefathers who fought for this land we call our home. Which is why today we can celebrate freedom, freedom. Let's celebrate our land. Freedom, freedom. Let's celebrate our land. Celebrate our land. Freedom, freedom. Let's celebrate our land. Freedom, freedom. Let's celebrate our land. Celebrate our land. Beauty is the face of the African child, because in it hope for Africa's future lives. Beauty is our hearts if we keep this hope alive. Let's protect and nurture this future generation. Beauty is the struggle of our ancestors who swear to get back to sweet freedom. That is why today we can celebrate freedom, freedom. Let's celebrate our land. Freedom, freedom. Let's celebrate our land. Celebrate our land.
you, but you couldn't be network. I've been trying to reach you, but you couldn't be network. Oh oh, kaya 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 uko. Yeah yeah, kaya 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 uko. But I pray you still have your Bible. But I pray you still have your Bible. Hello, hello, mama. Hello, hello, mama. Yeah. Kind and beautiful woman. The one who raised me to being a better man. The one I've been missing so bad, it's been 5 years now. Manje phone inazima. Mama, mama, you worry me now. Amai muli kwanji, uko kumunzi. Kana bana bali.
Welcome back on this wonderful program, and we are live TV talking to Mr. Chilufya Tayali, and we have already calls coming in, and I believe that tonight you have some sense that you're going to put in terms of your questions or anything that you're going to put as contribution. We've seen some comments on social media. We would like to ask for anybody who is commenting to take down their comments. If you want to attack the president, please take down your comment. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, here we have Mr. President Chilufya Tayali. What is your contribution, sir?
Good evening, Proud. You are not yet sleeping.
No, we are still watching it.
Very good.
But I want only to get you at the 7th chamber.
Okay.
You can talk about the very real PND. Let us get it clear. These are people, including people like our Papa Lusapo, including the President Munenga, Lieutenant Prophecy, Minister, the District Commissioner. You have to put office. There is a lot of good force. Come to my desk. We don't have one climate. You also yesterday, 3 days ago in climate TV, where Australia come in its place, but okay. In the Mumbai. But you open the roof. So you and the agents and the president, the members of the children, we wanted to help certain people. He never mentioned your name and what they're doing today. Try to focus about what people they are saying where we take a hand with the Zuma, we take a hand with the Ramaphosa, but during campaign they do go to church compound. This is the Bible is telling here, but the government is in the month. So we want to appreciate somebody to go and the post office and the see to payment with them with waiting. You are going to get lots of statements to the post office. You are going to some people are sleeping in the back seat.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Proud. Thank you very much, Mr. Proud. Thank you very much, Mr. Proud. We would like to follow it up, and thank you very much. The president is here with us. Right, Mr. President. It seems people are following, and they want to hear more from you, Mr. Tayali. Hi, Mr. Tayali, my man. I like you so much. I'm Ronex. Right, we have another call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes,
Where are you calling us from, and your name, please?
this is Pomson. I'm calling you from Singola.
Okay, sir. You have Mr. Tayali on the line here.
Hi, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening. Hi, thank you. This is Pomson. I'm calling you from Singola.
Yes, Mr. Paul. Can you give us the contribution?
Thank you so much. I would love to thank for thank Mr. Tayali
Okay.
for being so vibrant.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Tayali. Mr. Tayali. Yeah. That's what question is for Mr. Tayali.
Okay.
Suppose you became the president of this nation.
Mhm.
you building the nation in terms of how you to come up with the policies in order to revamp the economy, which is still in that now.
Okay.
Okay, that's the only contribution. Thank you very much, Mr. Paul from Chingola. We have another caller.
So much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul. Right, and this is Mr. Paul from Chingola. The question has been given to you, sir, and the answer.
I will start with Pride.
Yes,
Proud.
Pride.
Is talking about, the target should be PF.
Yes.
And the rest of us, we should be together. I mean, I don't agree with those kind of politics. That
Okay.
is not my politics. The politics of, you should only attack the ruling party. No. All of us, we are leaders.
Okay.
Whether you are in PF and in the opposition, we are leaders. And at one point, as opposition political party leaders, we will be in government. And so, for me, when I'm offering checks and balances, I also check even those who are in opposition.
Okay.
And why do I check those in opposition? They say prevention is better than cure.
We have a caller.
If I have seen that one particular opposition leader is a bad leader, he does bad things, I should be able to tell Zambian people to say,
Okay.
so it is not just about PF. And this thing, no, why do you attack your fellow opposition? There is nothing like fellow opposition. I am Economic and Equity Party. I'm not UPND, I'm not NDC, I'm not any other party but Economic and Equity Party. And as such, I am supposed to check everyone, including myself.
Okay. Right, and the other question?
Mr. Msonda, he has asked it's a big question. That is really, it's small, but it's a compound question.
Yes.
But I can just summarize it in this way.
Yes.
That what we need in this country, the number one thing that we need is change of attitude. All of us. It's high time we start looking at this country as our country. All of us.
Yes.
When you hear that America wants to impose sanctions on all of us, on Zambia, we should all rise up and speak in one voice to say, no, please, spare our country. Not whereby, what your America wants to impose sanctions. We recommend America. How do you do that? How do you do that? So we need to change that attitude. The number two thing, we need to stop being selfish. We are too selfish. This is why corruption is so high.
Okay.
We don't care about others. We need, like in Economic and Equity Party,
Yes, sir.
we say, love your neighbor as you love yourself, which we are borrowing from Kaunda. We need that, where I should be concerned about the other person, not just about me.
Okay.
And when we do that, we can at least help and then close up the gaps. Harness all our resources. We have our copper, but copper is being taken away. So, as Economic and Equity Party, we are saying Zambia must be owned by Zambians. Because this country, we have too many foreigners enjoying at the expense of Zambians.
Okay.
Whether in employment, whether in mineral resources, the foreigners are the ones making money. Even the infrastructure, which the PF government have done so well. But how many people have made money out of the infrastructure? It is only the foreigners. So we need basically these three important things. Number one thing is that we need to change our attitudes. We need to be more patriotic. Some of these leaders, like that other political party leader, is not patriotic.
Okay.
How can you be celebrating when America wants to impose sanctions? Then number two thing, we need to make sure that we love each other. We become less selfish. We reduce on corruption. Number three thing is whereby we make sure that Zambia is owned by Zambians. Then number four, we should be truly Christians.
Okay.
Truly. Not if you are but 18th October, we are going to pray but meanwhile, it's not acceptable.
Okay, so when you come, the 18th of October will be a date as normal.
I will scrap it off.
Okay, we have a caller here. Good evening, your name please, and where are you calling us from? Hello, good evening, where are you calling us from, and your name please? Hello, please reduce the volume of your post television so that we can get you clearly. Jacobo Siwale, from where? Kapiri Mposhi, right? Jacobo, you can give us your contribution. We have Mr. Tayali in the studio.
wa president gari na ufumbe
mkwae kushanuka piri mkwae
ipulise wino kwena muri mpalume ya chalo
Muri mpalume.
natotela ya
Thank you very much. We have another caller here. Right. Hello, good evening. Your name, please, and where are you calling us from?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Simon calling from Kabwe.
Mr. Sam calling from Kabwe.
Yes.
All right. Can you give us the contribution? We are with Mr. Chilufya Tayali, President of EPP Party.
Good evening, Mr. Chusaka.
good evening sir
Yes, first and foremost, I just want to say one thing to you, Mr. Chusaka. I have seen you, well, in talking about one opposition party, which you are not maintaining there. I know you are talking about this, but now what I want to tell you, you claim to be a Christian. I'm not saying you are a Christian, you claim to be a Christian, but if you prove you are a Christian, the age which you have for Mr. AK, if you are not careful, you may miss children. This is the only time you can make things well with Mr. AK. People have got any differences. Go to him and settle all those differences. Again, we've been talking about offering solution. On the issue of credit, where the government has been borrowing carelessly, these people were born before. But this money which you are borrowing carelessly, you end up paying to pay this on it. But now you are coming up for solution. What solutions? When these people have these solutions, not to overborrow. When you are not to overborrow, those are the solutions which they were given. But now to them, when you are saying let us move on to where, then to have to sort out the problem there. Why are they borrowing carelessly? And where are they using the money? Those money which they borrowed, they were supposed to invest it in sectors which they were going to arise.
All right, sir. You thank you very much for that contribution. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Your name?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where are you calling us from?
You are talking to calling you from Landa.
Okay.
Yes. Baratari, good evening.
Vanamanda Chadi Kale, how are you?
Dari Kare Taka, how are you doing? Anybody Landa?
Right, your contribution, sir.
Yes, you know, our country now, it is earmarked to perish. When you look at Zambia itself, and the leaders, the way they are governing us, I'm telling you, I don't know where we are going. Because people are talking about the money they are borrowing, and how they are spending the money. We are even now going to Turkey, trying to Turkey to bail out our own debt. What are we doing? Our food is fine. Because you know we have got a lot of abundant resources. Some of them could actually. Why can we go harvesting could actually go to the trees? And the option is, you can have one, you can even for example, could actually. Some of our amazing this map. The government is even to buy every grain from any single farmer. You are going to have money, then you can't come and live in these cities. But go to poor rivers, go to having people, the people society are used to know which people do speak for the peaceful issues no longer there. People don't corrupt.
All right.
Oh, what do you know is about the city? Oh, what do you know is about blessing others? We are headed for doom. And this me and you die, we shall not speak for this country. Zambia, by case, what shall remain a shell? Economic trouble, economic problems.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Conclude, sir.
I'm urging my colleague, brother Tayali. It is said, when you are given an opportunity to speak to the nation, speak what is said and television to the public. At the end of the day, it is very unconscionable and very unacceptable. We are listening. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much. We have a caller from Denmark. And hello, good evening from Denmark. Hello, good evening. Yeah, we are live on live TV Zambia. We are with Mr. Tayali. Okay, where are you calling us from, sir? Okay, Denmark. Okay, tomorrow what? Yes, sir. We are getting you. You can go on with your contribution. Thank you. Right, this is someone who's following us live on Facebook and also on OTT.
You know why I'm laughing?
Yes, sir.
You were very excited when you saw a call from Denmark and you expected something very powerful.
Okay.
You see? You expected something very powerful from Denmark.
Right, sir.
But you see, these are the people who are actually embarrassing us.
Okay.
Eh? These are the people he's saying, "Ukusabaira inende sabaira, ndesevanye chalo." Unesevanye chalo between him and myself ni nani?
We have
Me,
the
I'm
last
here.
caller. We have the last caller.
Okay.
Right, good evening, your name and where you calling us from and your contribution.
Yes, this is Chera calling from Kushi.
Mukushi.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, we are getting you. You can go on with your contribution. We are with Mr. Chilufya Tayali, president of EPP party. We've lost the caller from Chela from Mukushi.
Mkushi, these are farmers. Chachinga chachwa malanda.
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from my text. I'm Lungu Boniface.
Lungu Boniface. Right, your contribution and we are with Mr. Chilufya Tayali here.
Yes, please. I'm very glad with what Mr. Tayali is trying to do now. He's trying to open up people's minds here in Zambia to know that, as Zambians, we must be proud of our own country. This is the only country we've been given by God.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Mr. Tayali, keep it up. And one issue that I would like to bring up with
Yes, sir.
Zambia, that the Christian nation, there are a lot of issues actually we're supposed to impact. More especially on that day when it comes 18th October, where we'll be going.
Yes, sir. Hello?
People are being oppressed.
Mm-hmm.
We are looking at people, the poor, and some
Ibex, we have a problem with network that side.
which is very important, which the Lord has been telling me about, concerning these
Power network. Hello?
that must also be addressed as Zambia, the foundation of Zambia.
Wow. Right, thank you very much for your contributions. And Mr. Tayali, you have few questions that you have to answer before we leave this.
Yes. I was first. Let me start because he excited you. This man from Denmark, he excited you, and I'll start with him. But clearly, I mean, even if I want to answer, what am I going to say? Atukusabairo kumusabaira. I mean, nothing.
Okay.
And because when we export people out there, we think that we are exporting quality.
Yes.
But if you are out there and you phone Zambia, you can't even make a proper argument. You can't even make a proper argument. Tell me where I'm wrong. I am not infallible. I'm a person that has got weaknesses. Sometimes I could be wrong. Sometimes I could be right.
Yes.
And when I'm wrong, I want people like Namanda, You know, Namanda is a patriot. He's a patriot. He speaks for this country. He's concerned about his country. He speaks very passionate. Namanda, we differ, you know, on opinions, but I respect Namanda because he cares for this country. The things that he's talking about, they are real. This is also what another caller has also pointed out, that this country is in stress at the moment, and we need to attend to these issues. And I don't mince my words when I address the PF on the challenges of the people.
Okay.
Someone was saying that I hate HH. I'm talking about challenges of people. I speak for challenges of people. When HH was arrested, I spoke for him. I was day and night. The same way I write articles, 03, I would wake up, write an article on HH, admonishing President Edgar Lungu to release HH. So how can you turn around today and say I hate HH just because I am criticizing him for not being a patriot? How can an opposition leader be celebrating a superpower wanting to impose sanctions on us, a superpower imposing sanctions on Zimbabwe? How can you celebrate that? How can you celebrate a person who is running away from the law? Tendai Biti was running away from the law, and we should not run away from that. He should go back to his country and face the law. That's all we are saying. I'm not saying, if it is really persecuted, we can at least accommodate him. But in this case, he was not being persecuted. Right now we are chatting. He himself is also having a cup of tea. So we need to be very realistic. For me, my approach towards politics is objectivity. Whether PF has done wrong or they have done right, I should be able to say it as it is. Where they have done right, I should tell them. Where they have done wrong, I should tell them. Same thing with HH. The problem, Nava UPND, I didn't want to mention his name, but Mwantendeka. The problem with HH, Ngawamulanda po. If you say anything about HH, then you hate him. This is a god. He's like a god to UPND. It's not supposed to be like that. Even me, in Economic and Equity Party, I do allow my members to criticize me. Okay. I do allow them. So why can't you do the same?
Right. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chilufya Tayali. We really appreciate for this wonderful time. It's been a pleasure hosting you as the president of EPP.
Thank you very much, and I hope you can come and bless our marriage very soon. I need a first lady, you know what I mean.
Right, thank you very much, Mr. President. Viewers, we've come to the end of this wonderful program. This has been, I wanted to say Shining Stars, being a presenter of Shining Stars also. Right, thank you very much for watching The Big Picture with me, Pastor Derek Shindaka. We had Mr. Chilufya Tayali, president of EPP, and is one man that I try almost in all ways to get him, but today I've managed at least to have the speech from him where he speaks about his party and talking about what is doing now, but not what he's going to do when he forms government. Right, Mr. Tayali was our guest for tonight. Right, Zambia is a blessed country. My transmission controller for tonight, Esther Chisola Lilato, assisted by Patrick Chilongo. Thank you very much, guys, for this wonderful work, and also thank you very much to Mr. Ben Chitulangoma and Madam Faith Chitulangoma. Right, God bless Zambia. Good night.
We say thank you to our Lord for giving us the land of peace, Zambia. We say thank you to our Lord for giving us the land of peace, Mother Zambia. No more killings, no more violence, no more trouble is in our land, Mother Zambia. We have freedom, no more living in the land of bondage. We are free, we have freedom, child and show what love is all about. You and me and you, we've got to love each other, show what love is all about.
Jesus came by water and blood, he took and paid by water and blood on the cross for us. Jesus came by water and blood, he took and paid by water and blood on the cross for us.
We are free, we've got freedom. No, we are free, we've got freedom. He paid on the cross, they are broken, it's anointed. No more, no more, no more, no more. Oh, 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 oh. No more living the land of bondage. Oh, oh,
Our forefathers sinned, but they're no more. We're bearing their iniquities, we're breaking free, we're stepping out, we are coming out.
Sikomo ambuye pa ufulu amene munatipasa muziko